Today's story is about a boxer who lost almost everything. They took his title, they took his money, they took his passport, but they could not take his name. Most people would quit after losing so much. Most people would say, "My life is finished." But Muhammad Ali did not quit. He fought many battles inside the boxing ring. But his biggest fight happened outside the ring, when he stood alone for what he believed was right. This is not only a boxing story. This is a story about courage, faith, pain, and pride. So let us begin the story of Muhammad Ali. Our story begins in Louisville, Kentucky, in the United States. The year was 1942. On January 17, a baby boy was born into a simple family. His name was Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. His mother's name was Odessa. His father's name was Cassius Clay Sr. His father painted signs and pictures. His mother cleaned houses for other families. They were not rich, but they worked hard every day. Cassius grew up with his brother Ruddy. The two boys were very close. They played together, laughed together, and explored their neighborhood. But life around them was not always easy. At that time, black people in America faced many unfair rules. Many places were separated by skin color. Black children could not always go to the same schools as white children. Black people could not eat in some restaurants. They could not drink from some water fountains. This unfair system was called segregation. It made many people feel hurt and angry. Young Cassius saw this pain around him. But Cassius was still a boy full of energy. He liked to run, play, and talk. He believed he could do something special one day. Then one day, his life changed because of one bicycle. Cassius was 12 years old. He had a beautiful red bicycle that he loved very much. One day, he rode that bicycle to a show in the city. He parked it outside and went in. When he came back, the bicycle was gone. Someone had stolen it. Cassius felt angry, sad, and helpless. He cried because that bicycle meant so much to him. He wanted to find the thief. He wanted to fight the person who stole it. Then a police officer saw him crying. The officer's name was Joe Martin. He was not only a police officer, he was also a boxing coach. Joe listened to the angry young boy. Cassius said he wanted to beat the thief. Joe looked at him and gave him simple advice. He said, "You better learn how to fight first." That one sentence changed everything. From that day, boxing entered Cassius's life. Cassius went to Joe Martin's gym and started training. The gym was small and simple, but for Cassius, it became a second home. At first, boxing was very hard. He had to move fast, think fast, and stay brave. He had to train his hands, feet, and mind. But Cassius loved the challenge. He trained after school. He ran early in the morning through the streets. He practiced his punches again and again. He learned how to move around the ring. Slowly, he became stronger and faster. Joe Martin saw something special in him. Cassius was very fast. His hands moved like lightning, and his feet moved like music. But he had something more powerful than speed. He had belief. He believed he could become great. Cassius told people about his dream. He said that one day he would become the champion of the world. Some people laughed at him. They thought he was only a boy with big words. But Cassius did not stop believing. He believed his dream before the world believed it. When Cassius was 12, he had his first boxing match. He won that fight. That victory made him feel strong and alive. From that day, boxing was not just a sport for him. It became his future. He kept training, learning, and winning. People in Louisville started to notice him. They saw his speed, his hard work, and his confidence. Slowly, they began to believe in him too. But outside the ring, Cassius still saw unfairness. He saw signs that said whites only. He saw how black people were treated badly. His parents taught him to be proud of who he was. They taught him to be strong. Those lessons stayed in his heart forever. As a teenager, Cassius became a strong amateur boxer. Amateur means he fought without getting paid. He fought for honor and love of the sport. He won local competitions. Then he won state competitions. People began to talk about the fast young boxer from Louisville. Then, when Cassius was 18 years old, something amazing happened. He qualified for the Olympic Games. This was a dream for any young athlete. In 1960, Cassius traveled to Rome, Italy, with the American boxing team. He felt excited and nervous. He was representing his country. The competition was difficult. Great boxers came from many countries, but Cassius was ready. He moved around the ring like a dancer. His opponents tried to catch him, but he was too fast. Fight after fight, Cassius kept winning. Finally, he reached the final match. This was the fight for the gold medal. The whole world was watching. Cassius stepped into the ring with confidence. He used his speed, skill, and courage. When the final bell rang, Cassius had won. He became an Olympic gold medal winner. He was proud and happy. That medal showed his hard work and his dream. When he returned to Louisville, many people celebrated him as a hero. But soon, something happened that hurt him deeply. He learned that fame could not stop racism. Cassius went to a restaurant wearing his gold medal. He wanted to eat there, but they refused to serve him because he was black. Think about that moment. He had won a gold medal for his country, but in his own country he was still treated unfairly. That pain stayed with him. Cassius understood that winning was not enough. He knew that life outside the ring also needed a fight. But for now, he focused on boxing. He decided to become a professional fighter. Professional boxing became his job. He needed support, trainers, and managers. A group of businessmen from Louisville agreed to help him. Then Cassius moved to Miami, Florida. In Miami, he trained with Angelo Dundee. Angelo was a famous boxing trainer. He saw great potential in Cassius. Together, they worked to make him faster, smarter, and stronger. Soon, Cassius started winning professional fights. But he was different from other boxers. He talked before his fights. He told people which round he would win in. He made poems, smiled, and called himself the greatest. Some people loved him because he was funny and exciting. Other people did not like him. They said he talked too much. But Cassius understood something important. Words could make people watch. And then he proved his words in the ring. His boxing style was very different. He kept his hands low. He moved away from punches with amazing speed. He danced around the ring and made strong fighters look slow. People later described his style with famous words. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That was Cassius Clay. Fast, light, confident, and dangerous. Soon, nobody could ignore him. During this time, Cassius learned about the Nation of Islam. This group taught black pride and independence. Their ideas made Cassius think deeply about his identity. He attended meetings, read, and listened. Slowly, his beliefs began to change, and soon his name would change too. But before that, he had the biggest fight of his young life. In 1964, Cassius faced Sonny Liston. Liston was the heavyweight champion of the world. Sonny Liston was strong, scary, and powerful. Many people believed he would destroy Cassius. They said Cassius was too young and too loud. But Cassius was not afraid. He believed he could shock the world. Before the fight, he used mind games. He shouted and acted wild. He wanted Liston to feel angry and confused. Many people thought Cassius was scared, but he was not. The fight happened on February 25, 1964 in Miami Beach, Florida. Millions of people watched. The bell rang and the fight began. Cassius moved fast, punched fast, and stayed away from Liston's power. Liston could not catch him. Round after round, Liston became tired. After 6 rounds, Liston did not continue. Cassius Clay was now the heavyweight champion of the world. He had shocked everyone, and Cassius jumped around the ring with joy. He told the reporters, "I shook up the world." He was only 22 years old. The whole world was talking about him, but the biggest surprise came a few days later. Cassius made an announcement that shocked America. He said he had changed his name. He would no longer be called Cassius Clay. His new name was Muhammad Ali. Many people were angry. Some refused to call him by his new name. They kept calling him Cassius Clay, but Ali stood firm. He said Muhammad Ali was his true name. For him, this was about identity and freedom. This name was more than a name. It showed who he chose to be. It showed that he would not let others define him. Ali kept fighting and winning. He defended his championship many times. He became the most famous boxer in the world. But soon, his hardest fight would not happen in a boxing ring. It would happen in front of the whole country, and it would cost him almost everything. In 1967, America was fighting a war in Vietnam. The government told many young men to join the army. Muhammad Ali received the same order, but Ali said no. He refused to go to war. This decision shocked many people. He said his religion did not allow him to fight in war. He said he believed in peace. He also said the Vietnamese people had done nothing to him. Ali asked why he should go far away to fight poor people. He said there were serious problems at home in America. He was talking about racism and unfair treatment. Because he spoke openly, many powerful people became angry. The punishment was hard. They took away his championship title. They took away his boxing license. They took away his passport. They also took away his chance to fight during his best years. Ali lost money, time, and fame in the eyes of many people. Some people called him a coward. Some people hated him. But Ali did not change his mind. He was only 25 years old. These should have been his greatest boxing years. Instead of fighting in the ring, he fought in court. He stood by his beliefs even when it cost him everything. This is why his story is so powerful. The court found him guilty. They said he could go to prison for 5 years. Ali appealed the decision and waited. During that time, he could not box. He lost 3.5 years of his career. Those years could never come back. But Ali did not stay silent. He traveled around America and spoke to people. He talked at universities. He spoke about peace, faith, and civil rights. Many young people began to respect him deeply. They saw that he was willing to lose everything. They saw that Ali was not just a boxer with fast hands. He was a man with a strong heart. He was a man with strong beliefs. Finally, in 1970, Ali got his boxing license back. He could fight again, but boxing was not the same anymore. In 1971, the Supreme Court changed the decision against him. Ali would not go to prison. He was free. But his body and boxing career were not the same anymore. He was still great, but he was not as fast as before. Still, his spirit was strong. Ali wanted to become champion again. He trained, fought, and pushed himself. The world waited to see if he could rise once more. Ali fought many famous matches. He fought Joe Frazier 3 times. Those fights were hard, painful, and unforgettable. Then came one of the most famous fights in history. Ali faced George Foreman in Africa. The fight was called the Rumble in the Jungle. Foreman was younger, stronger, and very dangerous. Many people believed Foreman would beat Ali easily. They thought Ali was too old and too slow. But Ali had a plan. He leaned on the ropes and let Foreman punch. Foreman became tired from throwing so many punches. Ali waited for the right moment. Then, in the 8th round, Ali attacked. He knocked Foreman down and became champion again. The world could not believe what it had seen. Ali had lost his title before, but now he had taken the championship back. It was one of the greatest comebacks in sports history. Ali continued boxing for many more years. He became more than a sports star. He became a symbol of courage, pride, and resistance. People loved him not only because he won fights. They loved him because he stood for something. But boxing is a dangerous sport. Boxers get hit in the head many times. Those punches can hurt the brain. In the 1980s, people noticed that Ali was changing. He moved more slowly. His speech became softer. Doctors said he had Parkinson's disease. This illness can make the hands shake. It can make it hard to move and speak. Many people believed boxing had damaged Ali's body. Ali retired from boxing in 1981. He was 39 years old. But even after boxing, Ali did not disappear. He traveled the world and helped people. He gave hope to many. In 1996, a beautiful moment happened. The Olympic Games came to Atlanta, Georgia. Muhammad Ali was chosen to light the Olympic torch. His hands were shaking because of his illness, but he stood there with great strength and pride. The whole world watched him in silence. Many people cried when they saw him. It was not just a sports moment. It was a moment of love and respect. The world saw a great man still standing. Ali showed us that greatness is not only about winning fights. Greatness is standing up when life is hard. Muhammad Ali lived with Parkinson's disease for many years. He still smiled and helped others. He kept his humor, kindness, and spirit. On June 3, 2016, Muhammad Ali died. He was 74 years old. People all over the world felt deep sadness. They remembered him as a great boxer, but they also remembered him as a great human being. His life became a lesson for millions of people. He was the boy who lost a bicycle. That stolen bicycle led him to boxing, and boxing led him to the world stage. He was the champion who lost his title. He lost money, time, and freedom, but he never lost himself. They took his title, they took his money, they took his passport, but they could not take his name. They could not take his courage. They could not take his place in history. Muhammad Ali taught us to believe in ourselves. He taught us to stand for what is right. He taught us that courage can be stronger than fear. He taught us that true greatness comes from the heart. He once said that impossible is not a fact. It is only an opinion. And he lived those words until the end. So, my friends, this is the story of Muhammad Ali, a boy from Louisville who became a world champion, a man who stood tall when the world tried to push him down. Thank you for learning with English with Ani today. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep believing, because every great story can teach us something new.